Hey kids, it's your teacher, Professor J, Mr. J Johnson. I'm back. And today we're going to be learning about subtracting with decimals. So, before we get started, this week is Spirit Week here. So, today is, your favorite book day. So you show your favorite book that you're reading right now. So, my favorite book it's not my favorite book, but it's the book I'm currently reading is a book called The Weight of Glory by C.S. Lewis. So if you look C.S. Lewis up, he wrote a lot of cool stuff. He was like a professor and a Christian writer, did a lot of cool stuff. But he wrote the Chronicles of Narnia. That's the way most people know him. So if you ever heard of the Chronicles of Narnia, this is the guy who wrote that book. So that's the book I'm reading right now. But I also realized that some of you might be at home and you might not have a book to read right now. So I'm not going to do it in this video, but I'll put a link below this video where you can find this. And I won't read it in here where I do math. I'll read it in my library. But this is called Minglo Moves the Mountain. I'll read this book and upload it. And I may read some more books and just do different videos if you guys want to see some read alouds, okay? But for right now, let's get to subtracting decimals. So, yesterday we realized that we had 3 rules for adding and subtracting decimals. I erased them so we could write them again today. So number 1, or how I say in class, number 1 is we need to line up our decimal. Okay? Number 2, after we line up our decimal, what's the second thing we're supposed to do? You're in my class, you already know. Thank you very much. After we line up our decimal, we need to put our decimal into the sum, or in this case we're subtracting, it'll be in the difference, okay? So we put our decimal into the difference. And then the third thing, you just solve it like a regular problem, okay? So, got this up here. Let's go ahead and go with 3 and 8/100ths minus 2 and 29/100ths. I'm only gonna do 2 of these, so we'll just make it pretty difficult, okay? So the first thing we have to do is we have to make the larger number, the one that we set on top if we're subtracting using an algorithm, which we are. The larger number, I believe it's called the minuend, I'll have to double check, goes right there, and then I put the second number right here. Boom, just like so. I line up my decimal. So if I need to do a place value chart, I would have did it right here, just like so. My decimal goes right above. I got my ones place here, tenths place, hundredths place. See it? Just like that. Got it right there. Got my subtraction symbol. My decimals are right over top of each other. Remember I said it would be a cold June day in Death Valley when the snow doesn't fall before you move that decimal to a different place. The only thing we do is keep it lined up right here on this line, and we put that decimal down here into the difference. We're subtracting, so it's the difference. So we have it here in the difference, then we start subtracting straight down. Now I did it just like this on purpose because I want to give you guys a little bit of practice with this, okay? So on this one, I actually have to take 9 from 8. I cannot take 9 from 8, it's too small of a number. So what I need to do is go regroup into the next place. If I try to regroup here, over there, I cannot do that because of the fact there's nothing there. So I have to regroup in the place after that. So this one, this 3 in the ones place will become a 2, which will allow me to have 10 tenths now. Well, I don't need the 10 tenths there. What I really need over here is for that to have 10 more hundredths. So because it's in the tenths place now, I can actually take from here. That will make this a 9. This will make that 18. So now I have 18 minus 9. 18 minus 9, if I do the math, I'll come up with 9. Okay? Then I'll subtract. I don't have 10 here because remember I crossed the 10 out and made it 9 tenths. So 9 tenths minus 2 tenths, That's going to give me 7/10. Then I have 2 in the ones place, minus 2. It's going to give me 0, so there's nothing that goes there. If I like, I could write a 0 here. Okay, so my answer is 79 hundredths. So that's basically how we do this. I'm going to show you another example where I switch some things around. And if you'd like, I could really show you. I'm going to do this just because sometimes people don't understand what's happening with regrouping. I'll just use regular numbers. Let's say I have a 14 here and I want to take away 9, right? Well, what I'm actually saying is this. What I'm actually saying is I have 1 over here in the tens place, I'm sorry. And I have a 4 dots over here in the ones place. And then what I'm saying, below this, I actually am saying I have 0 over here. I don't have anything in the tens place for this number 9, but I do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 right here in the ones place. I'll just get rid of this. Move it right here. This is what this problem would look like if I actually broke it down and actually showed you dots to represent each of the numbers that are there. I only have 4 dots over here in the ones place, but I have 110 over here. When I'm trying to subtract the 4 minus the 9, it's obviously impossible. I cannot take 9 of these from the 4. So what I have to do is it's called regrouping, because I'm going to take this number, the 10, I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to say, well, if I put this 10 over here into the ones place, how many ones does it take to make a 10? It takes 10 ones to make a 10. So that means I have to exchange this 1 here for 10 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I'm able to do the subtraction. This is the same thing that's happening here when I'm saying 14 minus 9. Oh, that becomes a 0, which it did here. And then I get 14 over here, which I do here. So then when I subtract here to get that 5, I'm literally saying, well, if I take 1, 1. I have 5 left over. See how that works? This is what regrouping really is. Now let's get back to the decimals. Last example for the decimals. I want to give you one of these because they'll pop up for you. Let's say I have 5. I'll make it a bigger number. 15 and let's say 15 and 3/10. And we want to subtract 2 and 99 hundredths. So you're gonna see a lot of stuff like this when we're doing subtraction to find change or money. So you're gonna see a lot of things like this. So I have this here. So I say, okay, let me go ahead and subtract that. Well, set it up. 15 3/100ths, and then I have 2 and 99. I'm sorry, I said 15 and 3/100ths. That's 15 and 3/10ths. My bad. And then this is 2 and 99 hundredths, okay? So I have those set up just like that. The main thing is that my decimals are lined up right over top of each other. I very quickly put my decimal into the difference before I start the work. And then I have to go ahead and subtract. A lot of times, students will get confused here because they'll say, oh man, you guys have done it yourselves. You say, oh man, look at this. There's 99 down here, but there's only 3 up here. This must have been on top, right? No, it's not the case. What you do is you line these up just like so. And just like we did before in adding decimals, I understand that I can put a placeholder of a 0 there. Remember, anytime I add one myself, I draw a line through it. That way I have 15 and 30 hundredths here, okay? So when I get ready to subtract, I take the 9 from 0. I still can't do that, so I still have to regroup like this. And then I'll take 10 minus 9. That's going to give me 1. 2. Can I take 9 from 2? No, I cannot. I still regroup. It does not matter if I have to cross the decimal to regroup. Doesn't make any difference, okay? Just treat it like a normal number. Remember, I said once you do this here, you just solve it. It's like a regular whole number problem. 12 minus 9, I'm going to get the 3 right there. Now I have 4 minus 2, I'll get my 2 right there. Bring the 1 straight down. I'll get 12 and 31 hundredths. All right, guys, that's it for today. Like I said, check the link below. I'll have the read aloud. If you don't have a favorite book for the week, you can just check out one of the books that I'll be reading for you guys. And if you have any questions, I'll put the question link below as well. And you guys can just reach out to me. Hope you're doing well. See ya.